Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers for Wednesday, May 21st, reveal some pivotal occurrences in Port Charles. The 2025 Nurses Ball officially began during the Tuesday, May 20th program, and viewers will be able to see all of the exciting acts tomorrow. With that stated, audiences should prepare for some intense drama between acts. In reality, Lucy Coe will change into a glittering evening gown to greet everyone at the big event. During the GH preview for the May 21st episode, a clip of her appears, promising everyone a night they will never forget. To begin, a scene in the trailer depicts Curtis Ashford telling Portia Robinson, "This could destroy everything." Yikes! It appears that he will inform her that Drew Kane is blackmailing her. What happens next between these two? And will Curtis leave his wife since she continues to tell lies? Speaking of failed marriages, General Hospital spoilers for Wednesday's episode suggest that Josslyn Jax will follow in her mother Carly Spencer's footsteps when she lashes out at Willow Tate Corinthos. The trailer for tomorrow's episode shows Josslyn telling Willow that she will never take Michael Corinthos' children away from him. Michael is on his way home, so will he expose himself on Wednesday's show? Lulu Spencer will keep a careful check on Lois Cerullo's every move. Lois's closeness with Giovanni Gio Palmieri, as well as her persistent adoration for the young guy, led Lulu to believe that he was the son of Dante Falconeri and Brooklyn Quartermain Chase. Throughout the clip, Lulu appears adamant that she requires conclusive proof and will tell Cody Bell so. Will these two carry out a secret DNA test without Joe's or Dante's knowledge? Meanwhile, Alexis Davis will tell Christina Corinthos Davis about being blackmailed by Ava Jerome and Rick Lansing. During tomorrow's preview, Alexis is shown saying, "They know what you did, and they can prove it." Christina appears shocked when her mother confesses this. So what happens next between this difficult mother-daughter duo? In other news, Sonny Corinthos will give a warning in the May 21st episode. The ABC soaps trailer for tomorrow shows him speaking with Port Charles's ADA Justine Turner, as he makes it clear that no one will drive him out of town. Things appears that the mob boss and attorney will have a confrontation, so let's hope they keep things peaceful. Finally, Anna Devane's plan will come to fulfillment. Will her proposal succeed for the Nurses Ball or fail? Fans may recall that during the Tuesday, May 20th episode, she, Lucy, and Felicia Scorpio were one person down for their performance after Tracy Quartermain was dragged into the station. The trio was anxious. Who would replace her? General Hospital spoilers hint at lots of stunning scenes to come, so viewers will need to stay glued to their screens as the Nurses Ball begins. Jason's mystery, Nurses Ball bombshell, and Anna's execution. General Hospital spoilers are out for the week of May 19th, 2025. Fans should expect Jason Morgan to receive a mystery phone call. Anna Devane carries out her plan. Furthermore, the Nurses Ball will have a lasting impact on people's lives. Continue reading and let's discuss what's coming up on the ABC soap show. Sasha Gilmore Corbin panics. Fans should expect Sasha Gilmore Corbin to become frantic in the upcoming episode. Rick Lansing will inform Sasha that she has been added to the list of witnesses to testify in Willow Tate Corinthos and Michael Corinthos' legal battle. However, if Sasha is asked too many inappropriate questions, it may reveal her own secret. Nina Reeves's brawl. While Sasha is panicking to Jason Morgan, Nina Reeves is losing her composure. In fact, Nina vents to Curtis Ashford. Later, Nina whacks Carly Spencer. Nina punches so hard that Carly's head nearly rotates 180 degrees. It is also implied that Carly confides in Josslyn Jax. Later, Joss decides to blast Willow. Nurses Ball bombshells. General Hospital teasers for the week of May 19th hint that the Nurses Ball will begin early and last until Friday. However, at the end of the week, secrets are revealed that will forever affect people's lives. It is also implied that Lucy Coe will handle a catastrophe. This is most likely related to the Nurses Ball, which she is quite enthusiastic about. That same day, Jason gets a strange phone call. Week of May 19th, 2025. Fans may also expect Lulu Spencer to continue pursuing leads in her quest to discover the truth. In a preview clip, Lulu tells Cody Bell that she will not give up. Later, Lulu observes Lois Cerullo's every action. Alexis Davis has a nasty surprise. Portia Robinson receives a friendship offer. Meanwhile, Max Scorpio receives some reassuring news. Anna executes her strategy. Meanwhile, Ned and Olivia Quartermain provide a warning. Carly ultimately meets Joss's handler, Vaughn. In addition, Christina Corinthos Davis will be stunned. Trina Robinson will be concerned. But is this about Portia or Kai Taylor? In any event, Drew Kane remains overconfident. It is also said that Carly receives an offer. Curtis makes a decision somewhere else. General Hospital's Nurses' Ball is returning and better than ever. The highly anticipated event in Port Charles is always full of high drama. And Lucy Coe is always at the center of the action. Herring assures Soaps.com that this year, which begins on Tuesday, May 20th, will be no exception. There are two things Herring has her eye on that she feels would have viewers really yelling at the TV after the event takes a year off in 2024. She says that it's a combination of a lot of characters and what is revealed. When we tried to get more out of Herring, she gave us an extra piece to feast on, indicating that it was a story surprise. Herring may be tight-lipped about what General Hospital has in store for fans, but she was happy to hint about Lucy's red carpet attire and the A-list wardrobe it reminded her of. Well, I have to say the red carpet I get to wear an outfit, Herring's commented. Oh, how do I put this? It was similar to Sharon Stone's gown from one of the Academy Awards, but I'm going to bring along a special guest on a leash. So suffice it to say, I'm wearing a leash. Judging on the photo below, Lucy's companion appears to be the ideal gentleman. Herring wants us to remember the performances as well as the surprise accessories and tail developments at the Nurses' Ball. She revealed that fans would be treated to a wonderful duet that is emotional and beautiful, and that the finale will tug at your heartstrings like you won't believe. While Herring was unable to reveal anything about the Nurses' Ball, she was more than willing to discuss Lucy's friendship with Sidwell. She regarded the two characters' interactions as confusing, because he is a villain, and we know exactly what he is capable of. Sidwell is a mystery character in Port Charles, but their professional relationship isn't the only thing that brings them together. There's a flirtation and I think a recognition of mutual old souls, Herring explains. We had scenes today and I talked in the hall to Rhoda, and he goes, I'm not sure what they're doing with us. Herring has nothing but great respect for Rhoda, but she does not believe Sidwell is a winner with Lucy. But I'm having a great time on this journey. And it's because Lucy usually chooses the wrong guy, Herring laughs. I believe the viewers will enjoy the adventure as well. She values her money and admires powerful individuals. So that is an aphrodisiac right there. Tensions between characters on General Hospital can reach explosive levels, particularly when it comes to family, loyalty, and love. One such heated scene occurs when Josslyn Jax confronts Willow Tate, emphasizing that she will never let Willow take Michael Corinthos' children away from him. This showdown is steeped in history, emotion, and high stakes, as both ladies have strong ties to Michael and his family. Josslyn, the daughter of Carly Corinthos and the late Jax Jax, grew up in the midst of Port Charles's most powerful and volatile families. She has watched firsthand custody battles, betrayals, and the extent individuals will go to protect those they care about. After witnessing Michael's endless struggles, from losing his first love, Abby, to the machinations of his biological mother, Nellie, Josslyn is fiercely protective of him. She believes Willow's possible threat to his relationship with his children is intolerable, and she isn't hesitant to express her opinion. Willow, on the other hand, has her own difficult past. She has had numerous challenges during her marriage to Michael, including health issues and mental difficulties. Willow has always had a strong attachment to Michael's children, Wiley and Amelia, regardless of their history. However, if circumstances have caused her to consider, or even threaten, limiting Michael's access to them, it will definitely be out of anguish or desperation. Perhaps she is concerned for their safety, doubts Michael's judgment, or is responding to external forces. Whatever the reason, her acts would be considered seriously, particularly by those who support Michael. The confrontation between Josslyn and Willow is emotionally intense. Josslyn, known for her fiery personality and unshakable loyalty, does not mince words. She reminds Willow that Michael has battled valiantly for his family, and his children are everything to him. She may even bring up other occasions in which Willow relied on Michael's strength and commitment, implying that turning against him now would be hypocritical. Josslyn's warning is clear. If Willow attempts to kidnap Michael's children, she will have to go through Josslyn and the entire Corinthos family first. For Willow, this confrontation could be a watershed moment. If she is seriously considering separating Michael from his children, Josslyn's words may persuade her to reconsider. Willow has always been a caring person, and the prospect of causing such sorrow, particularly to her own child's father, may be difficult for her. On the other hand, if she believes she has legitimate grounds for her behavior, Josslyn's intervention may push her away, exacerbating the dispute. The processes at work here are complex. Michael is more than a parent. He is a pivotal role in the Corinthos family, and any damage to his bond with his children threatens the entire family. Josslyn's rage is about more than simply defending Michael. It's also about keeping the family stable. Meanwhile, it is impossible to disregard Willow's point of view. If she believes Michael's influence is harmful in some way, her concerns should be heard, even if they are met with opposition. This confrontation also emphasizes General Hospital's overarching themes of love, power, and the lengths people will go to protect their own. Port Charles is a community where relationships change, secrets are weaponized, and emotional wounds fester. Josslyn's admonition to Willow is more than just an individual statement. It reflects the show's ongoing study of what it means to fight for family. As the tension between Josslyn and Willow grows, viewers wonder what will happen next. Will Willow back down or dig in her heels? How will Michael react when he learns about the confrontation? What role will other significant players, such as Carly, Sunny, or possibly Wiley himself, play in resolving this conflict? One thing is certain. In Port Charles, the battle for family is never straightforward, and the consequences of this clash will reverberate throughout everyone's life. The intensity of this moment demonstrates the show's ability to integrate personal drama into wider narrative arcs. Josslyn and Willow's conflict is more than just two women at odds. It's about loyalty, parenthood, and the unshakable relationships that define the characters' lives. Whether this leads to reconciliation or future strife remains to be seen, but one thing is certain. The fight for family is never over at General Hospital. Expanding on this conflict, it is crucial to explore the character's background. Josslyn has known Michael her entire life. He is not only her brother, but also one of her most trusted confidants. She has seen him struggle, triumph, and face tragedy, and she understands how much his children mean to him. For her, any threat to the partnership is personal. Willow, meanwhile, has been both an ally and a cause of contention in Michael's life. Their marriage was founded on love, but it was also tested by other influences such as Nellie's schemes and Willow's own health issues. If Willow feels compelled to criticize Michael's role as a father, it indicates a deeper, unresolved issue between them. Wiley and Amelia, the youngsters at the center of the war, are innocent victims caught in the crossfire. Wiley, in particular, has gone through a lot. Switched at birth, used as a tool in Nellie's revenge scheme, and finally finding peace with Michael and Willow. If that stability is now jeopardized, the emotional impact on him could be severe. Josslyn's vehement advocacy of Michael's rights as a father also defends Wiley's right to have both parents in his life. Willow's motivations in this situation are critical. If she is acting out of real concern, for example, if she believes Michael's ties to the Corinthos family business or his past misdeeds render him unfit to be a parent, her actions, however painful, are motivated by love. However, if her threats are motivated by wrath, resentment, or manipulation, Josslyn's intervention is not only justified, but also required. The beauty of General Hospital is that it rarely presents characters in black and white. Willow's decision, whatever it is sure to be nuanced. The Corinthos family's reaction will also play an important part. Carly, as Michael and Josslyn's mothers, will likely have strong sentiments about Willow's behavior. Sunny, the family's patriarch, may intervene to mediate or escalate the situation. Other characters, such as Sam or Dante, may be drawn into the dispute based on their ties with individuals involved. Finally, Josslyn and Willow's confrontation is more than a furious argument. It is a watershed moment that has the potential to redefine relationships and modify futures. Whether it leads to compromise or all-out conflict remains to be seen, but one thing is certain. In Port Charles, the fight for family is never easy, and the stakes are always high. As the plot progresses, Viewers will be paying close attention to how this confrontation of wills plays out. Will Willow reconsider her viewpoint, or will she remain firm? Will Josslyn's warning be enough to protect Michael's connection with his children, or will outside forces step in? And, most significantly, how will this impact the children caught in the middle? The drama at General Hospital never ends, and the battle for family is the most fascinating of all. General Hospital spoilers and recaps for Tuesday, May 20th reveal a dramatic day in Port Charles. As the formal start of the 2025 Nurses' Ball, the soap began with Drew Kane and Nina Reeves on opposite screens yelling no, until they both agreed. The two original red carpet co-hosts appear to have cancelled at the last minute, and the powers that be contacted them and requested that they do so. The two appear behind the Nurses' Ball backdrop, welcoming attendees to the event. On the red carpet they ran upon special guest star Leslie Robbins, an entertainment journalist. She and Nina discussed clothes, and then she and the two Nurses' Ball co-hosts prepared to interview visitors arriving at the main gala. Lucy Coe was the first person to walk the red carpet, and her date was a llama named Sebastian. Lucy's cute date was brought to the Nurses' Ball festivities to raise awareness about llama rescue organizations that serve as sanctuaries for animals who have been neglected and require medical treatment. Of course, Lucy congratulated Drew and Nina for stepping in on short notice, remarking on what a beautiful pair they made. Sonny Corinthos and his charming date, his youngest daughter Donna Corinthos, were the next to walk the red carpet. Drew was quick to bring up the town's vote, and how the residents of Port Charles determined the fate of the mob boss's dock ownership. Sonny quickly reminded Drew that this was neither the place nor the time to discuss politics. Meanwhile, Nina attempted to dismiss Drew's statement by complimenting Donna on her gorgeous clothing. Of course, Carly Spencer was the next to walk the red carpet, and Drew attempted to unsettle her by bringing up the news that Michael Corinthos had to miss the ball due to a burn injury. Fortunately, Carly was able to maintain her cool, which was remarkable given the all-out brawl she and Nina had during the May 19th episode. Jordan Ashford walked the Nurses' Ball red carpet with Jen Sidwell, and Nina inquired about Jordan's resignation as deputy mayor. Jordan announced that she is now the COO of Jen's company, noting that her boss paid for the Nurses' Ball as the lone contributor. Drew then attempted to brag about Jen's outstanding community efforts, but Nina interrupted him and announced Felicia Scorpio and Isaiah Gannon's arrival to the dinner. Felicia makes it apparent that she and Isaiah are hospital co-workers, and he has consented to walk her down the red carpet while her husband, Max Scorpio, is still at work. Jordan and Isaiah's gazes contact as Nina asks if the gorgeous doctor is unmarried, and she says, yes. Curtis Ashford, Portia Robinson and Trina Robinson go in together, and Trina is surprised to see Kai Taylor immediately behind them, dressed in a tux. Kai has been formally freed from the hospital, and Trina gladly joins him as they take photos and head into the Nurses' Ball. Josslyn Jax and Giovanni Gio Palmieri also walk the red carpet, but not before Joss takes a big shot at Drew, labeling him a trash co-host as the cameras film. Nina remarks politely that Josslyn clearly inherited some sassiness from her late grandmother, Bobby Spencer, to which Josslyn responds with gratitude. The Quartermaines arrive and are about to walk the red carpet when Tracy Quartermaine announces that she wants to walk with her two girls, Lulu Spencer and Brooklyn Quartermaine Chase, beside her. Lulu decides to stroll in with Dante Falconeri, who is delighted that she is his date for the night. Tracy then asks Brooklyn, and her granddaughter advises she join her and Harrison Chase. Unfortunately, Chase receives a work call and is interrupted. He tells Tracy and Brooklyn to enter without him. Ned and Olivia Quartermaine proceed, and Drew and Ned engage in some nice chat. Then Lulu and Dante walk in, and it is pointed out that Lulu has missed a couple of these throughout the years. She's delighted to be a part of things tonight. Tracy and Brooklyn come down the red carpet together, and Tracy takes the microphone from Drew's hands. Chase interrupts her conversation on the town's referendum and arrests her. Brooklyn and Tracy are both astonished, and Chase explains that this is related to Drew's ketamine use, as the cutthroat congressman smiles. Anna Devane arrives with her granddaughter, Emma Scorpio Drake. The two talk about portraying Robin Scorpio Drake to Drew and Nina, as she is unable to attend this year. Across town, Alexis Davis is preparing for the ball when Rick Lansing arrives at her home. He's brought gifts, documents that can assist make her embezzlement of the Cassadine fortune appear legitimate. Alexis realizes that the only way to do this is for him and Ava Jerome to stop blackmailing one another, which causes Rick and Alexis to quarrel. Of course, Christina Corinthos Davis interrupts them and begins to mock Rick. He is ready to depart, but warns Christina not to ride too high on her hard horse or she would be pulled down. Christina wonders why Rick has been in Alexis' orbit so much lately, and Alexis suggests that Christina be friendlier to him. After all, they agreed to a truce with Rick for Molly Lansing Davis' sake. Christina believes all bets are off now that Rick is representing Willow Tate Corinthos against Michael in their divorce settlement. Still, Alexis advises Christina to let go of her anger, as she had previously mentioned, and Christina responds that her mother does not need to protect her because she is not a child. This is when Alexis tells Christina that she certainly does, and she is aware that she attempted to kill Ava. Back at the nurses' ball, Molly is waiting for her mother and sister before walking the red carpet when she comes upon Cody. He offers to take her into the event, and of course Nina and the other journalists who interview them assume Molly and Cody are dating, and the two simply accept it without question. The nurses' ball is a lively occasion, with many guests mingling and conversing. Isaiah sees Portia and remembers passing by her workplace last week. Fans recall that he overheard her yelling about lying to her husband. This motivates Isaiah to approach Portia and informs her that if she needs a friend, he is always available. Curtis informs Jordan that Drew acknowledged he was blackmailing Portia. In other news, Anna, Lucy, and Felicia are scurrying to find another singer for their upcoming performance. Anna is also concerned about her dance with Chase being ruined. Felicia does, however, recall Damian Spinelli attending the ball with the kids because Maxie Jones was at home with Bailey Jones due to the toddler's illness. This gave Anna an idea. Chase returns to the station and drops Tracy off at Mac's interrogation room. Mac urges Chase to return to the nurses' ball. The cop has a performance, and he begs Chase to inform Felicia that he will be late. Tracy doesn't understand why she was arrested. She wasn't the last person Drew saw the night he was drugged. With that stated, Mac notices that the cops discovered a vial of ketamine in Tracy's car, which is when she recognizes she has been framed. Willow is the last guest to arrive at the nurses' ball, dressed in a stunning red gown with a fresh short hairstyle. Drew hands Nina his microphone and runs up to his gal pal. He lands a kiss on her while cameras flash everywhere. Meanwhile, an anonymous figure, most likely Michael, is seen in a private plane, watching the nurses' ball on his phone. He stares carefully as Willow kisses Drew on the red carpet. General Hospital teasers indicate that Michael Corinthos is returning to Port Charles. But will Chad Duell join him, or will the position be recast? Tracy arrested, Michael flies home. The news of Tracy's arrest sent shockwaves through the neighborhood, leaving friends, family, and even casual acquaintances trying to reconcile their perception of her with the claims now swirling in the media. Tracy has always been seen as a rock of stability, volunteering at the local shelter, remembering birthdays, and attending every Sunday service. Yet here she was, detained and led into a police cruiser, her face a mask of bewilderment as cameras flashed around her. The charges, which remained imprecise in early reports, suggested financial malfeasance, potentially embezzlement. Nobody wanted to accept it, but the proof, whatever it was sufficient to justify an arrest warrant. Meanwhile, Michael, who had been away for business, heard the news in the middle of the night. Tracy's sister's urgent call shocked him awake, her voice cracking as she explained the issue. He had scarcely registered the words before he began packing, his mind racing with possible reasons. There must have been some error. Tracy, arrested? Did not make sense. The last time they spoke, just 2 days ago, she was her regular self, joking over their neighbors' over-the-top Halloween decorations, and reminded him to pick up milk on his way back. Nothing seemed incorrect. The flight home was agonizing. Michael, trapped in a metal tube thousands of feet in the air, could only wait, his mind racing. Were there any signals he had missed? Tracy, had you been stressed lately? He racked his head, but nothing sprung out. She seemed fine, even delighted. The only unexpected thing was her sudden interest in their finances a few weeks earlier, when she inquired about their savings and investments. At the time, he felt she was simply being responsible, perhaps planning for the future. Now he wondered if there had been more to it. By the time the plane landed, the story had already made the news. Reporters had gathered what little information was available, and speculation was rampant. Michael disregarded the notifications on his phone, focusing instead on getting to the police station as soon as possible. Traffic was slow, and each red light felt like a personal attack. When he eventually arrived, he encountered a wall of bureaucracy. No, he could not see Tracy yet. Yes, she was formally charged. No, they were unable to reveal the specifics of the case. A court hearing was planned for the next morning. Michael, frustrated and fatigued, resorted to the only person he could trust, Tracy's older sister Diane. She had called him, and she had been at the station since early in the morning. Diane, who is usually so collected, was distraught. Her eyes were red-rimmed, and her hands shook as she gripped a cup of coffee she had never touched. "They're saying she took money from the charity," she muttered, as if speaking it out loud would make it more real. "The one she helped to run. They believe she has been siphoning funds for months." Michael felt the floor fall out from under him. Tracy had poured her heart into the charity, which provided school materials and warm clothes for disadvantaged children during the winter. She had been really proud of it. The idea that she would steal from it was ridiculous. Nonetheless, the cops plainly believed they had a case. "There has to be an explanation," he added, speaking to himself rather than Diane. "Perhaps someone framed her. Maybe there's a misunderstanding." Diane didn't respond. She simply stared into her coffee, her quiet more terrible than any words. The following several hours were a haze. Michael contacted a lawyer, a high-end defense counsel recommended by a colleague. The man was assuring Michael that these things happened all the time. Mistakes were made and charges were dismissed. However, his tone changed when he heard the specifics. "Embezzlement is serious," he acknowledged. "If they have proof, this could be bad." Proof. That was the key word. What did the cops have? Bank records? Testimony from a charity employee? Michael needed to visit Tracy and hear her side of the tale. But until the hearing, that was not an option. The night was unending. Michael did not sleep. He roamed the house, repeating every conversation and incident, looking for clues. Had Tracy acted differently? Had she been more secretive? He could not think of anything concrete. She had always been private about certain things, but that was simply her personality. Morning arrived too quickly. The courthouse was full, and the atmosphere was tense. When Tracy was finally brought in, Michael's heart broke. She appeared little and vulnerable, her customary confidence stripped away. Their gazes met for a split second before she was led to her seat, but he saw terror. There was also something more, which appeared to be guilt. The session was procedural in nature, with bail set and the next steps scheduled. The prosecutor explained the basics of the case. Missing monies and questionable transactions linked to Tracy's accounts. The evidence was circumstantial but damning. The judge set bail at a sum that made Michael's stomach turn, but he didn't hesitate to pay it. Whatever it takes. Tracy remained silent during the journey home after being released into his custody. She didn't break down until they were inside, out of sight of the outside world. "I didn't mean for any of this to happen," she wailed. "I was going to repay it. I just needed time." Michael felt the earth tilt. Her remarks were an admission, but they generated more questions than answers. Why had she accepted the money? What had made it so urgent? Tracy, however, was unable or unwilling to say more. She curled into herself and cried in a way he had never seen before. In the days that followed, the truth emerged in bits. Medical bills. She had kept a diagnosis undisclosed. A treatment that is not covered by insurance. She had been desperate, ashamed, and certain she could solve it herself. The charity's cash had been a temporary solution, which she fully planned to repay. However, the numbers had accumulated, and before she realized it, she was in over her head. Michael was split between fury and sadness. He knew why she did it, but the repercussions were serious. Tracy was facing possible prison time, the charity was in disarray, and their name had been ruined. All because she didn't ask for assistance. As the court struggle loomed, Michael pledged to support her. They would get through it together. However, the path ahead would be hard, and rebuilding their trust would take years. Tracy's arrest became more than just a scandal. It was a reminder of how rapidly lives can disintegrate, how individuals keep secrets, and how far they will go to protect those they care about. Michael learned about forgiveness, and the heartbreaking cost of quiet.